Guys, hey, Ryan Turner, registered dietitian here, coming to you how we evaluate certain things like diets and what we think is actually healthy. Now, every year, the US News and World Report comes out with the world's healthiest diet. And I actually want to go over some of those definitions with you to actually show you what those actually are. Looking at these diets, I want to read this off. There are 4 categories that they all really tested high in, or that they really ranked high in, right? So best plant-based diet, best diabetes diet, best for healthy eating, so heart health there, and then easiest to follow. So those 4, that's what they were really ranked so high in. I think that it's important to make sure that we understand what these are and how they actually affect you. A lot of them don't actually help with anything like overall consistency over time if we don't know actually how to apply it to your own life, and that's gonna be really important. So, number 1, let's just make sure that we look at the Mediterranean diet. It's going to emphasize certain things like whole grains. Whole grains are going to give us benefits in terms of B vitamins. It can also give us more potassium. There's so many great benefits to healthful grains. Highlight things like your fresh fruits and your vegetables. It's going to actually include a lot of things like legumes, so another kind of starch source, which I think we demonize sometimes, but beans, great for potassium as well. It's olive oil. And then some lean meat, but mostly fish and high omega-3. It doesn't really focus on any kind of dairy. It doesn't focus on processed foods. Now, how does that fit into your diet? Being recommended to eat the Mediterranean diet, that's technically what you would read. And so we want to make sure you understand, okay, what is it and how do you apply it to you? Number 2 is the DASH diet. The DASH diet is actually something that can definitely benefit you, but it is just dietary approaches to stopping hypertension, really focusing on blood pressure control, but it's incorporating fruits, it's incorporating vegetables, low-fat dairy. We have whole grains, lean meats, and nuts. Sounds pretty similar to what the Mediterranean diet is. Number 3, we have a Flexitarian diet, something that is more plant-forward. It's really considered a plant-based diet. Whatever you really choose, it's just saying we're eating more vegetables. That's all it's kind of pushing, right? And so those are the 3 diets that people find to be the healthiest, things that can help heart health the most, general healthful eating, things that can help you just follow it the easiest too. There's not a lot of calorie recommendations here, but those are the 3 you're gonna hear about. Those are the 3 that can be the most healthful. Now, why I have an issue with the 3 of them is because I think they sound just boring overall, right? The DASH diet, I think of my grandparents. The Mediterranean diet sounds interesting if I'm on vacation, but I think it's also gonna end up giving me some challenges when I'm back home and I might want some of the foods that I regularly enjoy. And so I wanna make sure that we're understanding what it is. Flexitarian, I don't really understand exactly what that flexible thing that I'm looking for is. Okay, I'll eat some fruits and vegetables, that's fine. But what does a flexible side mean? It says vegetarian. Oh wait, can I end up eating meats? Is that not flexible then? So I think it's kind of a hard thing to actually follow sometimes. There's also just some overlapping recommendations, right? So it's like, okay, we get the fruits and vegetables and all that kind of stuff, but I think it's a cop-out to end up saying, hey, you know what, you are my patient. If I'm a doctor, if I'm a dietitian, just like myself I am now, if I just say, hey, you know what, just eat a Mediterranean diet, see it, good, you know, it's there. If someone asks me a question, all right, well, I don't know what's going on. You know, how can I eat differently? Well, follow the Mediterranean diet guidelines, you'll be fine. There's nothing specific, so don't let it be a cop-out. I don't want to hear people just throwing these out saying, hey, just follow this and you'll be fine. I think that these diets can be unsustainable and also possibly unhealthy. It's definitely asking you to eat certain foods, but it can end up taking certain things out too. So you might not be getting enough vitamin D, you might not be getting enough calcium, you might not be getting enough of zinc or protein. Know what the diet is, and then know how you can start to incorporate some of those things. Number 4, I want to make sure that you understand that it's more than what it says, especially specifically something like the Mediterranean diet, and the other 2 as well. Their lifestyle, not just what they ate, it was how they ate, who they ate with, what they did between meals. And so if that's not discussed and you just eat, hey, I'm eating a bunch of fish and I'm drinking my wine, I'm having my olive oil, well then, is that really gonna get you to where you wanna go? So please make sure that when you see these type of lists, right? Because 2022 is just right around the corner. What are some small changes, large changes you can end up making? And then beyond food, is there something that you can also do? And then how can we keep it, how can we just keep you accountable to it? So just be aware of it. Like these diets, right? The top 3 diets, the Mediterranean diet, the DASH diet, and the Flexitarian diet, they're all great. They're all plant-based forward diets. But we have to know that they're not gonna be the end-all be-all in terms of what's gonna end up changing your overall health. We need to stay a little bit more awake and aware and know what's gonna work for you. Guys, stay safe out there, have a good holiday, and yeah.